Hey guys, so today my neighborhood had some sort of community garage sale event. So different people were having garage sales, so I decided to go around and see what they had, and I got some things I'm going to show in a bit. And to make things more fitting, I'm actually filming it in a garage. So let's go. Alright, so yeah, see, as you can see, there's two boxes of things here. And this is all the stuff I got, so we're gonna take a look at it. Let's take a look at the boxes first. As you can, because I got this from one house. The other stuff over here I got from a different house, but yeah, we're gonna be showing the stuff in the boxes first. As you can see right off the bat, there's this NES carrying case, which is usually pretty cool when I find carrying cases like this, because they're usually kind of rare now. It was $100 for that whole, for everything in that's gonna be seen in here. As you can see, there's a really yellowed NES system, but supposedly it all really works. I just need to clean it all. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves right now so I can wear as I clean the stuff up. But yeah, supposedly this all works pretty well. Gonna be testing them out after I clean it. So here's the system itself. There's two controllers, a zapper, a RF cable, and I don't know what this is. Quick shot for professional players. Seems to be some sort of turbo controller. Looks like handlebars. It's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. And then there's this thing for like older TVs, like that still you have an antenna. So now we're gonna take a look at the stuff that's in this box. First we have this Nintendo 64. $50 is just the console and the power adapter. It's honestly not bad of a price considering how much more expensive these are now. There's a guitar for Rock Band or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it's for, but and then this gun, I don't know what this is for either. Looks like it's for PlayStation because I see the triangle. Cabela's. I think that was a company. They made like hunting and other light gun games. And we have more cords and controllers. See, we got this SNES controller. It's official. Got another NES controller. These are in much better shape than the ones that were with the console. We got 3 zappers. It's an orange one. It's all tangled. I'm gonna untangle these as I clean them up. And then even cooler is that there's a gray zapper in here. Looks like somebody colored on the top, but it's pretty cool because the gray ones are pretty rare. This was the original versions of the zapper, but for whatever reason in 1989, I believe, they had some sort of law where any toy guns had to have an orange color because they didn't want it to look like real guns. I mean, I don't get how this doesn't look like it's a real gun anyway, but yeah. So these are far more common. I never really see these. There's also some power cables in here. I don't know. There's another NES power cable, first party. And I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of joystick, or I don't know what this is. Maybe it has something on the bottom. Grip it. Yeah, I don't know what this is. There's another RF cable. Supposedly this guy had more stuff, but it was sold before I got there, so that's a bit unfortunate, but still pretty happy with these finds. I paid $180 for the whole set. Everything that you just saw was all $180. I think that's not that bad of a price. Next, we're gonna go to this PS3 here, which I got from a different house. See, I never actually owned a PS3 before, and I never really played one before, except maybe like a few times at other people's houses or something. But yeah, I never owned one for myself. I paid $50 for all of this. It had the console, 2 controllers, and a component cable, an HDMI cable, and the power cord. Even cooler about this is this might actually be a launch system. And if you don't know, the launch PS3s, they allowed you to play PS1 and PS2 games because they had the hardware for that built in later years to cut costs, because the PS3 was $600 when it came out. They took out the hardware for PS1 and 2, and they changed it to emulation, and then eventually they took out the PS2 emulation, which further cut costs down the road. But this one, it says it was manufactured in March 2007, which seems pretty close to when the PS3 came out in late 2006. And it has a compact flash card port, mini SD, and I don't know what this is. And then 4 USB ports. Yeah, they took a lot of this stuff out in later PS3s, I believe. So it's pretty cool that I got an early PS3 for such a good price with all the stuff. And the guy even said that there's games on the hard drive, which that's pretty cool. Because I don't have, I think I might have one game for PS3 that I was planning on selling, but because I never had one. Yeah, I think it's GTA 5 is what I have for it. I might test, well, after I clean this up, I might test that out and see if it works. Because it was a copy of GTA 5 my brother found in a classroom years ago, and I just still happen to have it. So yeah, I'm gonna clean all this up. Oh, and this works, by the way. The guy tested this out for me. He had a TV set up and he plugged it in. The controllers, they're dead, and the USB cable that he gave me didn't work, so I'm just gonna charge it with one of mine. So yeah, as you can see, I got some wipes. Gonna clean all this stuff up, and then we're gonna move all the stuff to where I normally record videos and test the stuff out. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so I just finished opening this NES and cleaning it up a bit, and I also disabled the lockout chip, which, for those who don't know, the lockout chip was a way for Nintendo to prevent piracy, like to prevent unlicensed carts from working. But the problem with that was that games wouldn't read properly if they weren't clean or if the pins didn't make good contact. So sometimes the system would reset itself because of that lockout chip. Like sometimes you'll see the game running, but it just resets because it thinks that an unauthorized cartridge is in it. So by disabling the chip, the system won't reset like that, so it has a better chance of reading games. So anyway, I have this Kirby game here, which I recently got like a couple months ago. And yeah, we're gonna turn it on and see if it works. I also changed the pins because the ones that were already in here, they didn't read the game at all, and the guy told me that they had issues. So I had this spare one laying around, so we're gonna test it out. Oh cool, there's files on it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that this works. I'm gonna try out the other stuff. Alright, so I got everything cleaned up and all up here. We're now in my room again, as usual. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna test some of this stuff out. As you saw already, I tested out the NES, and as you can see, it was working, but I had to change the 72 pin connector because the one in it wasn't reading any games. So I had a spare one, but now I'm gonna check everything else, since stuff like a Nintendo 64, you usually don't need to change to deal with the pins or anything like that. And we're gonna just take an in-depth look inside the box. Yeah, this is... I actually managed to get most of the marker off the gray zapper. I'm gonna probably get in there with a Q-tip to try to further take out the marker. Yeah, I got a lot of the filth off of some of this stuff. Unfortunately, I can't test any of these zappers because I don't have a CRT TV. I just have only a HD TVs. Yeah, this one still has the price sticker. I gotta take this one off. There's also this random cable wire. I don't really need this. There's another orange zapper. The PS3, I put it in that box just to take it up here. Easily. And this SNES controller. One thing I noticed with this controller is it has a crack on it. And the wire itself looks like it has a rip somewhere. Oh yeah, it's right here. It has a rip. I don't know if this would work, but I'm gonna be testing it out. And as I mentioned earlier, I have to use a different USB cable for the PS3 controller. because the one that came with it didn't work. This power adapter, a spare one. I don't need that. And there was a spare RF cable in there too. So yeah, I'm gonna... Alright. So first I'm gonna test the Nintendo 64 since it's easy to plug in. And these NES controllers. These are in much better shape than the ones that came in this with this console with the case. Because they're not yellowed, but the problem with these is the cords seem ripped. So what I might actually do is swap the shells from these to the yellowed ones. And about this joystick thing was that I found interesting after further looking is it has a port for Sega Genesis and NES. I don't know exactly what this is for, but it's pretty cool that it works for both systems. And this RF cable, I don't need this either. So... But yeah, so I'm gonna start plugging some of this stuff in, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Alright, so I got the Nintendo 64 plugged in. One thing that I noticed is that the power button is like really stuck. I gotta open this and clean it further, I guess. But yeah, and I got my green controller. I'm gonna just try it with Super Mario 64. Not working right now. Let me... And it works. Put the sound louder. Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm of course playing with one hand, so it's, you know, it's difficult to do that. All right. Yeah, see, it's just like really stuck. Yeah, the power button is a bit dirty. Yeah, I'm gonna be like cleaning that in depth in the future. But overall, I'm glad it works. Gonna try this PS3 next. Alright, so now I got the PS3 set up here. I have it set up vertical because the HDMI cable that I'm using is pretty short. So, and it doesn't reach that well to this area. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it on. I have the controller connected with a different USB cable that I know works. So I'm gonna turn it on. Well, this is weird. Oh, okay, here it is. HDMI was detected. Yeah, for whatever reason, the controller's still not working. I don't... Oh, wait, I see it's lighting up. Yep, it works. Yes. Yeah, whatever. System was not turned up properly. Before using, read product documentation. And there, now it's on. It shows the different user accounts. I'll just pick this one. Let me see if it has anything on it, because the guy says that it did. See, it has a Lego and Castle of Illusion remake. There's a Minecraft. Yes, pretty cool that there's already a few games on here. And this is a video. Guy seemed to have a bunch of movies on here. And yeah. Wait, let me see if this has any games on it. Nope. Yeah. Let me see if any of them work properly. I mean, they should. They're digital, so they should. Yep. Of course, if you don't know, Castle of Illusion is the original is a Sega Genesis game. This one is a remake. Since the Ethernet cable is not connected. Yeah, skip. Oh, it's probably the demo.
Terrifying. The castle stood out against the skyline like a shadow from a horrible nightmare. Lost and alone, what was Mickey to do? Luckily, fate entered.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip.
The Castle of Illusion was Miss Rebelle's twisted playground of trickery and terror. Nothing there was as it seemed.
Obviously, it's hard to play with one hand, but I just want to show you that it works. I never played the original before, so playing this would be cool to try out. Alright, so now I'm going to try it with some games to see if it reads discs. See, I have Crash Bandicoot 2 for PS1, and I have Mega Man X Collection for PS2 that I'm going to try out and see if this really is a backward compatible model. And I know I mentioned I probably have a GTA 5 for PS3 just randomly, but I don't know where it is right now, so I'll have to try that at another time. So yeah, first we're gonna try Crash 2 and see if that works. Let's see, let me go to game, PlayStation format disc. Oh, already that PS1 boot logo looked pretty clean since this is HDMI. See how the game looks. Wow, you probably don't see it very clearly, but it looks pretty good from my end. This will probably be the best way to play PS1 games. This looks a lot cleaner than AV. Load. I mean, it probably doesn't have any files. Yeah. Actually, I wonder how the PS3 will access memory cards from older PS1 and PS2 systems, but I think there might actually be an adapter for it, but I gotta look into that. But yeah, I'm glad that this works. See how the level looks. Of course, I'm playing with one hand, so it's hard. But yeah, now we're gonna go to the PS2 game. Alright, so now I'm gonna put Mega Man X Collection in here. Not sure why I said Mega Man X2, but... Alright, PlayStation 2 format disc, so that shows up. Oh, and it's working. I do notice the fan sounds a bit louder right now with this PS2 game. I don't know why. For whatever reason, the controller is not working again. Okay, it had to be reconnected. I don't know what's wrong with it. The light of the okay, now it's working. Let's go to, because I said Mega Man X2, let's just pick that. Yeah, it looks pretty clean on here. Whoa, this is not good. It's running pretty slow. Yeah, this is... I wonder if this is actually the software emulated PS2 compatibility in this because it's going kind of slow. Oh wait, it's running pretty normal a bit now, but I'm playing with one hand. Alright. Now, unfortunately, after doing some research, I determined that my PS3 that I have here is not exactly a launch version, because while the PS2 games do work, it's actually software emulated, which explains why the Mega Man X2 intro cutscene was going a bit slow. Because if you see here CECHE01, that means it has PS2 backward compatibility, but only with an emulator. The PS1 games, I think they weren't emulated. They were with hardware. This PS2 was manufactured in March 2007, as you can see here. Yeah, I was hoping to get the one that's backwards compatible with full PS2 hardware, but this one is not that bad. It's still pretty good that it can at least somewhat play PS2 games, even though it's emulated. But I mean, I have a regular PS2 here anyway, but yeah, it's still cool that I have a somewhat early PS3 system, which they're still not that easy to come by. You more often find the later editions. But yeah. So I'm glad that this actually works, but I don't have any PS3 games, but they're pretty cheap these days, at least for now, because PS3 is not fully retro yet, like some other consoles where their games get expensive as the years go on. But anyway, next we're gonna look at the NES again, even though I showed you it while it was opened after I changed the pin connector and did the 10 NES mod, but we're just gonna show it again. So, unfortunately, I ran into a problem with this NES. Now, earlier it was working when you saw it open, but now I have everything closed back up, and now it doesn't want to turn on. And I'm using the same power cable that came with it in this box, but yeah, it's not working. I don't know why or what's wrong with it, but yeah, I'm pretty disappointed about that. And we're gonna try this power cable with my main NES here, just to confirm that they do work. Yeah, see here, it turns on. Anyway, I just wanted to do a video of all the stuff I got from the garage sale and test it out. Now, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Bye now.